Hey guys, how is everybody? I'm so excited to see y'all. I am so sorry that I did not get to go live yesterday. I did not feel well at all. Hey, excuse me, Robinzo, how are you? Thank you all so much for being here. It means a lot to me. You guys could be anywhere in the world, and you're right here. Hey, Michelle, how are you, girl? Be anywhere. And I'm just waiting on my chat to pull it. There it goes. There's my chat. I was watching it from my phone, waiting on it to pull up on my computer. Guys, it really does mean a lot to me that you guys are here. Uh, all right, alive and kicking, Michelle. Guys, let me tell y'all. Okay, yesterday, well, Monday, I had to go back to the doctor, for a recheck. She wanted to recheck my urine and everything because I passed 2 kidney stones last week. And then she didn't think I was on the right antibiotics because my urine actually looked worse Monday than it did last week. So she changed my antibiotics, made me sick as I could be, guys. I'm telling you, I don't usually, I might take like a little bitty cat nap during the daytime, if nothing else is really going on. I don't take a nap every single day. I slept until like 11 o'clock yesterday. I got up and I tried to eat a little bit. Couldn't really eat any food or anything. Took care of my baby, my fur baby. Oh, hey, Christy. How are you, girl? I took care of my fur baby. Guys, I fell back asleep. I barely remember yesterday. And I'm not like that. And then last night I woke up and my husband and my son came home and I was trying to spend some time with them. They were watching things on TV. So I thought, well, I'll just go on the internet, on YouTube and listen to Natasha. I couldn't even get into that. It was awful. Hey, my sweetheart. And so I wanted to apologize because I had a goal set for myself um to do a live every day, at least one live every single day. Guys, yesterday it was just not going to happen. Just wasn't going. I couldn't do it. There was no way I could do it. Guys, Mo has dropped my link. If you're not a member, I ask that you please consider subscribing to my channel. It's a free way to show support. Doesn't cost a dime, as you know. Yeah, Rapunzel, my body is fighting something really, really hard. I'll be honest with you guys right now. I have an ice pack on on my neck right now, just trying to get through the day. But guys, I have something so exciting to tell you. Remember last Friday night when we tried to do the live with a search and rescue canine mom? And my internet went out and we went over to Decipher Podcast. Mo, if you don't mind, also drop Decipher Podcast link as well if you don't mind. I know that you will anyway, but it just hit me. So tonight, Canine Search and Rescue Canine Mom. Oh, Fly High. I hope you're doing okay. You're at the doctor. Thank you for stopping in. Search and Rescue Canine Mom has agreed to go live with us again tonight and explain to us how, even though water covered the area or had originally covered the area where Brian was found, that should not have hindered the rescue dogs from doing their job, if you know what I mean. So she's agreed to come back and talk to us about that, and she will take questions. So guys, I need y'all to do me a favor. Please advertise this for me. I made a community post on the community tab. If you can share that anywhere, if you can share the channel anywhere, please share it with as many people as you possibly can. It will be at 7:30 Central Standard Time. And she will take questions. She will take any, she will answer. And if she doesn't know the answer to your question, she will take your question and come back later and answer the question for you. Okay, guys? So please share this out wherever you can. Let's get as many people in here as we possibly can to learn about this situation. She has experience. She does this type of job, guys. She is trained in this. Capone is her canine, and Capone made a guest appearance last week. I don't know if Capone will tonight or not. That will be up to Search and Rescue Mom. Hey, LFT. But thank you all so much. I'm so excited. What better time, that she's willing to come and teach us about this. Guys, I'm just tickled to death. And also, Mo and I are really good friends, guys. And I would do this for anyone. Mo did not ask me to do this, but Mo's sister is trying to reach 10,000 subs. Mo, is it on? Tell me what platform your sister is trying to get her subs on again, Mo, please. Capone is very handsome and special. He sure is. Okay, thank you, Mo. I thought it was TikTok, but I wanted to make sure. Guys, Mo's sister is trying to reach 10,000 subs on or followers on TikTok. She likes one sub. So if you guys have TikTok, Mo, if you will drop your sister's link in the thing so that they can go follow her. Oh, hey Billy Joe. Thank you so much. There you go. Mo dropped it. I'm going to pin it, guys, so that everyone can see it. Please go follow her sister. Mo does a lot for us, guys. It's there, Michelle, and I just pinned it. I just pinned it at the top. And it's right above your comment, Michelle, or it is on my side. Yay! She hit it! Yay! Guys, I'm so excited. Yes, we did it, guys. Yes. I am so excited. Guys, yes, thank you all so much. Mo, did you see that? Yay! Hey, Diamond Tears. Y'all, thank you so much for subscribing and helping Mo's sister out. That is so nice of you. And guys, that's what I want our community to be about. I want us to encourage each other and our families. And if any of you have a goal that you're trying to reach, tell me. We'll share it here. I don't mind that at all. We'll share it. You can get with me, one of the mods, whatever, whomever that you want to. That's fine. Get with one of us. We will share if you're trying to reach a goal and help you reach that goal. Hey, Suze Cooper, how are you? But guys, do not forget tonight. Oh, that's so sweet. Mo, we love you, girl. Yo, Mo, I got to brag on Mo, okay? Because look, guys, I am not I'm challenged when it comes to like making thumbnails and things like that. I'll admit I'm challenged. I don't get it. I don't know how to do like putting pictures on stuff and all that. My sweet friend Mo, without even saying a word to me, spent yesterday learning how to do it and surprised me today with making a thumbnail for tonight's live. Oh, guys, I can't. Y'all make me so excited. You guys are so great. That's another thing I wanted to ask y'all about. Do you guys have any ideas on how to do anything different about sharing my channel? I share it on Twitter. I share it on I share it on Instagram. I share it on TikTok. I share it on Facebook. I honestly don't know where else to share it at. So if you guys could share it, I would greatly appreciate it. I My goal is 1,000 subs by the end of the year. I know that's obtainable. I'm at 2,900 watch hours right now. I know it's obtainable to get the 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subs by the end of the year. And I love how we encourage each other. Guys, YouTube is not some big grand competition. It's not. Oh, I didn't think about the Pinterest. I will do that as soon as I get off. Thank you, LFT. I never thought about Pinterest, but I will today. Thank you so much. But guys, YouTube is not just some great big competition. You know what I mean? I love you too, Mo. I do. We're all in this together, you know, and Reddit, I could go to Reddit. Yes, I will go to Reddit. I have a Reddit account that I share other things on. I didn't think about sharing to Reddit either. I better write these things down. I'll be losing my mind in a little bit trying to remember what I'm supposed to do. And guys, just so that you know, I have created Venmo and PayPal and think I do have Cash App. It's just the $sign, case discussion. But I want to make sure on Venmo and PayPal that I have it set up to, hey Tia, that our real last name and everything won't be shown, if that makes sense, to whoever donates. I'm cringy about that. People go real life so easy. I'm so cringy about it. Yes, it's going to be at 7:30 Central Standard Time. Search and Rescue K9 Mom is going to be here. And I am so excited. And guys, I do want to say one thing, okay? One thing about everything with around Brian. And I don't mean it ugly to anyone who is protesting. Please understand that, okay? But protesters, it's time for you to pack up and go home. Let Brian's family grieve. Please. Go home. Pretty as pretty does. Christy, I just want to double check with PayPal and Venmo that I have it set up right. It's for PayPal, it's my email is mycasediscussion@gmail.com. I don't even know for sure how to share the Venmo. It's also case discussion. And but yes, it is time for those protesters to go home. Leave that family alone. They need to grieve. Oh, Rita, I'm so sorry. But you can watch replay, Rita. And Rita, if when you watch replay, if you have questions, leave your questions for me and I will get with Search and Rescue Canine Mom and I will get you the answers and get them back to you. But guys, all right. If you guys don't mind sharing everywhere that you possibly can, I would greatly appreciate it. Wait a minute, I got to do something. I just realized that I did not do yet, and I can't have that on my channel, on my screen anymore. I refuse to. Well, wait a minute. I'll have to go in and change that one. This down here in the bottom, I have to change that, but I will get it changed. Uh, I will get that changed. Hey, Res Rose. I will get it. I will get that changed today. In fact, as soon as we get off the live, I thought I had everything changed, but I forgot about that. But that won't be hard to change at all. But thank you all so much for being here. Please join us tonight. Yes, my sweetheart, the protesters are still there. In fact, they have doubled down, and they have oh, thank you, Super Cooper. Suze Cooper. I said Super Cooper. Suze Cooper. I appreciate that. I'm going to be working on content for that second channel. I was just trying to build up some subs there before I tried it. It makes it a lot easier. Yes, the protesters are still there. From what I heard just a few minutes ago, they have doubled down, changed out the flowers that had died and everything and had become wilted, put fresh flowers out, and are continuing right on. Guys, no matter how we feel about them, are you serious? Oh my goodness. Christy, I am going to get you, girl. Oh my goodness. Too sweet. Oh my. I had no idea anyone would ever PayPal me anything. Oh my goodness. I love you guys so much. I really do. And I love doing this. That's the thing about it. This isn't a chore for me. I love doing this. Christy, thank you so much. Oh, wow, Christy, thank you. I really do appreciate you. Exactly, LFT. They need to double down, pack their stuff up, and go home. I love you too. I love all of you. That family needs to grieve. Guys, we got to remember Brian's parents lost their son. Cassie lost her brother. Her nephews lost their uncle. They need time to grieve. Do you realize in 1 month, Cassie's children have not been able to see their grandparents. Their uncle's gone missing. Their aunt, the woman that they called their aunt, was found dead. And hey, tattoos, it's just all a mess. That family needs to be able to come together and grieve right now. So if anyone is listening that happens to be protesting or considering going to protest, I ask you, woman to woman, human to human, mother to mother, mother to father, whatever, please stay home. Please go home. Please. You're not doing anyone any good. please, the families that live on that street, they deserve for their life to go back to some sense of normalcy. Think of how much damage you've done to their property while the tire marks and ruts and stuff in their yard. You have messed up their property. They've got to repair that. Go home. You don't have the right to destroy someone else's property. I can promise you, if you had destroyed my property like that, the police would be needed. Someone tried that once with my yard. It didn't end well for them. Those people work hard and pay for their property. They don't deserve for their property to be messed up. So I'm asking everyone, please go home. Leave the family to grieve. You have questions. We have questions. Yes, that's exactly right. Brian's parents, nor Cassie, were not responsible for what Brian did. So let them grieve. And when they're ready to speak, they will speak. They will. When they're ready to speak, they will speak. But they're not ready yet, guys. And you know what? There is no magic timeline for grieving. There's no, oh, we've got to do it this way. Or, oh, grieving, you can only grieve for 2 days and all of that. No, it takes time. My mother died in 2012. There are some days I still grieve my mother's death. Exactly, Res Rose. It causes PTSD, what these people are putting these kids through. I have PTSD from what I went through as a child. I would not wish that on my worst enemy. Don't do that to somebody else's children. Take your butt home. Robin Zoo, I'm so sorry. I mean, guys, it's terrible. My brother passed away. I lost my 41-year-old brother in January 2019. His wife woke up to he had both of his legs amputated because of diabetic issues, and exactly, tattoos. Just having the FBI watching them is enough. But my brother's wife woke up. My brother had his legs amputated due to some diabetic issues. His wife woke up to get she was getting ready for work, and she went in. He had a hospital bed and everything, and she went in where he was at to tell him, that she was leaving for work and everything, and to make sure his cell phone was in close reach for him and everything. And he was barely breathing. She called 911. By the time she explained to 911 what was going on, he quit breathing and his heart stopped. She pulled him into the floor and did chest compressions and CPR until EMS arrived, and they pronounced my brother deceased on the scene. I can still tell you what I was watching on TV the morning that I got the phone call. There is no timeline for grief. Stop the mess. Stop it. Do you know how I found out that my brother died? My niece called my dad because I was still battling migraines and everything at the time. My niece called my dad and told my dad that my brother had passed away. He was my biological brother. He is the one who stayed with my birth mother when I was adopted. She called my dad to tell him that my brother had died so someone could come and tell me. My dad, 77 years old at the time, he didn't put 2 and 2 together to realize. My dad called me and he said, "What are you doing, sweetie?" I said, "I'm watching the news." I said, "What are you doing, Dad?" And he was just talking, and he goes, "Well, you're mighty calm to have just heard the news." I said, "Dad, what news are you talking about?" I said, "It's just the worldwide news." I said, "What's so upsetting that's been on this morning?" He said, "No, honey, your brother died." I flipped out. I mean, I was screaming. I flipped out. And I called my son, who had moved in with my mother-in-law to help take care of my father-in-law. And he was off work that day. And I told him what happened. He said, "Mom, I'm on my way." He said, "Just let me take a quick shower. I'm on my way." And he came over and he spent the entire day with me. I wanted to go to the hospital where they took my brother to. My son drove me. I did not get out of the car. I promised my dad that I wouldn't get out of the car. I didn't. And I knew as a nurse, I didn't need to see him like that. My dad said, "Wait and let the funeral home clean him up and get him prepared before you see him." But I needed to be in that parking lot. Every time my brother had went to the hospital, even when I was sick, I went to the hospital. Even if I stayed just 5 minutes, I went to see about my brother, and I was not going to let that day be any different. So my son took me, and we just sat in the parking lot. My sister-in-law walked out of the hospital, and she saw me sitting in the car crying, and she came and hugged my neck, and we talked and everything. And she said, "I'm going to the funeral home to make arrangements. Do you want to go with us?" She said, "I'd really like for you to be there." And I went. So, guys, there's no rule book or anything on grieving, making final arrangements, nothing like that. Tattoos, I'm so sorry about your dad. I am so, so sorry. Losing a parent is terrible. I'll tell you guys something else that I don't talk about a whole lot. In between my boys, in between my boys, in May of 1999, I had a miscarriage. I wasn't a nurse then. I didn't really know what to expect. I knew I was having symptoms that were not conducive with carrying the baby full term. I knew that, but I didn't know what was happening. And they told me that if I passed a pretty significant clot, that I needed to bring it with me and go to the hospital. And I did, guys. I pulled my baby out of the toilet. I pulled my child out of the toilet. I can still tell you the clothes I had on the day it happened. So don't tell me that, oh, you just get over grief. You do not. You do not. I'm so sorry, Robinzo. I am so sorry. So don't tell me that these people should just bounce right back. They won't be able to bounce right back. Hey, Alex. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Alex, Search and Rescue Canine Mom, is going to be on here live tonight. She is an actual canine handler, and she's going to talk to us about the search for Brian and all of that. We did a live with her last week, and she's going to give us even more information if you're interested, or if any of your subs are interested. We welcome you to join us at 7:30 Central Standard Time. But guys, I mean, I don't tell you all of this for pity or sympathy. I'm just saying. Thank you, Christy. I'll see you tonight, girl. Thank you so much. Hey, Natasha. Thank you so much for being here. I just tell you all this to say there's no rule book for grief. There's no definition for grief. Go home and leave this family alone. Oh, Ronnie, I'm so sorry. Tattoos, I was just seeing that on TV. Fox News just had that on. I'm so sorry, Ronnie, for your loss. I am so, so sorry. Grieving never dies, guys. In this family, no matter how we feel about any decisions that they may or may not have made, they need time to grieve. So please go home and leave them alone. Please. When they're ready to talk, they will talk. They're not ready yet. Tattoos, you and me both, girl. COVID needs to go on with itself. And look, guys, after all of these weeks standing outside of their house, screaming, shouting, whatever that you've been doing, if they haven't came out to talk to you, that by then they're not going to come out to you right after finding out that their son is deceased. They're not going to. Just go home. Oh, my sweetheart, I am so sorry. Okay, Alex, thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. You're welcome, Ronnie. But guys, if they haven't came out and talked to you now, they're not going to. And I don't blame them. They have the right to keep their mouths shut until they're ready to talk. And please respect their wishes. They did not, with their hands, strangle. Excuse me. They did not, with their hands, strangle Gabby. Sorry, guys. They didn't do it. Yes, our brain and our body does have a way to protect us from memories that we cannot process. That it does. Sometimes I wish my brain had protected me a little more. My sweetheart, I don't know if you've done it or not, if you've already did this or not, but you might honestly check into counseling and just see if that will help. And before anyone says anything, there's nothing wrong with going to counseling. I've went to counseling. There's nothing wrong with it. A good counselor can actually teach you ways to handle things in your life. You're welcome, my sweetheart. But a good counselor can actually teach you ways to handle things that are going on in your life. They can. And there's nothing wrong with it. And if anyone ever feels like that they need counseling, please don't let anyone make you feel bad for going. Going to counseling was one of the best decisions I've ever made. And listen, guys, it's not the people that go to counseling that should be looked upon. It's looked upon as in a negative light. It's the people who need counseling and don't go that should be looked at with a side eye. I'm sorry, but if you need counseling, go. Okay, look at it like this. If you have strep throat, are you going to sit at home and go, gee, my throat hurts. Gee, my fever's high, but I'm not going anywhere near that doctor. No, you go to the doctor and you get the antibiotics. So why not go to the counselor, get their prescription to help help you live your life better. Good, my sweetheart. Good. Mo, you don't even want to get me started on that lawyer. Ronnie, please check on grief counseling. Yes, I know therapists that even go see therapists. Exactly right. There's nothing wrong with it, guys. When I first got sick, it was actually recommended that I go to a counselor. And I looked at the doctor and I'm like, have you lost your mind? I don't need counseling. And I went to the counselor and it was one of the best things I've ever done. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is the best investment. Remember what I tell y'all about self care is the most important care? To me, part of self care is going to a counselor, going into therapy that can help you become the best version of yourself that's possible. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't. Don't be ashamed of it at all. Never be ashamed of it. I refuse to be ashamed of the fact that I went into counseling. Never be ashamed. Yes, I love me some good therapy. I do. You know what else I love? I love when the therapist, when you call and you say, such and such is going on. I just need to, I need to either need to get in or can I talk to my counselor by phone? And the therapist calls you back and talks you through something. That is worth its weight in gold. Do not ever let anyone make you feel bad for going to therapy. Never. Never. Mm-mm. Same scenario. If you had cancer, would you say, "Oh, I'm not going to that oncologist. I've got this beat." No, you would go to the oncologist to find out what's the best form of treatment that you need. Same thing. Michelle, that's exactly right. A good therapy cross session works wonders. Guys, I'll admit to y'all, sometimes when I'm home by myself during the daytime, I just sit here sometimes and cry things out. But when my husband and my son get home from work, they are never any of the wiser because they've got a happy mom and a happy wife waiting at home for them. So I tell you this to tell you, not everything's not always sunshines and roses. It's not. But life is what you make of it. It truly is. It's what you make of it. Exactly. Just like LFT just said, allow yourself to utilize resources available to you and then make your decision from there. That's exactly right. Exactly, Robinzo. That's exactly right. A counselor can help you help someone else when they are in your shoes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Ronnie Weaver, yes. Do a lot of secret grieving. Guys, there have been things that have happened. My dad's been sick different times since my mom passed away. My dad had staph infection in his knee. Really, really bad. He had to have 3 surgeries on his knee. I actually went to the cemetery where my mother's buried and cried and prayed and begged for God to spare my dad's life. No one had any idea where I went to, but I needed to get to my mother. I know my mother's not there. That's just a shell of her body. But that's a place we go to pay our respects to my mother. And I wanted to feel close to my mother right then. So I just got in the car, told my husband I was going to town. He didn't ask any questions. And I didn't lie. I did go to town. I had to go through town to get to where she's buried. It's important to find a good and caring specialist, though. I've heard bad stories. Yes, you have to find a good therapist. Guys, that's the key. You have to find someone you trust. Check their credentials. Check their check their references. Check them out. Check them out thoroughly. You don't just okay. If you needed open heart surgery, Are you going to let somebody cut on you that 8 out of 10 people says, don't let that person touch you? Hey, the cat. Or are you going to research and go, oh, wait, this person is really, really good at what they do. They have had successful surgeries, things like that. You're going to do your research. Do your research on the therapist. And don't be afraid. If you've been going for a few times and you realize, wait a minute, this person's not for me, don't be afraid to say, I won't be back, and find someone else. Don't be afraid of that. Your insurance company, most of the time, most insurances have a list of recommended therapists. Call your insurance company and ask them for a recommendation, a list of recommendations. Robbins, oh, that's the way that I feel about my mom. That's exactly it. Michelle, that's exactly right. You wait and see who you feel comfortable with. If that's what you need to do, guys. If you don't feel comfortable with the therapist, you're wasting your time and theirs. And, guys, honestly, I made the decision when I started going to therapy that that nothing was off limits to discuss with the therapist. Nothing. Nothing at all. I was an open book to the therapist. But you know what? Nothing I said ever left that man's office. And yes, I went to a male therapist. Nothing that I ever said left that man's office. When my birth mother was in the hospital and was passing away of cancer, I actually had an appointment with him the day that I was spending at the hospital with her the day before she passed away. And I called his clinic and I said, I need to cancel my appointment. And I told his receptionist what was going on. I said, when all of this settles down, I will reschedule this appointment. Thought nothing else of it. About 30 minutes later, my phone rang and it was my therapist. And he said, get somewhere. Oh, hey, Capri. He said, get somewhere that you can talk for a minute. I said, okay. He said, how are you handling this? Are you okay? Do we need to talk, even if just for a few moments? And I told him I was handling everything okay. But see, guys, that's what a good therapist does. They realize that you are in a situation that you might need to talk something out. They call you. They check on you. They care. Don't ever be ashamed of going to a therapist. Ever. Yes, right there. There are good grief support groups on Facebook too, guys. LFT, exactly. 3 out of 4 voices in my head say go to bed. The other one wonders if penguins have knees. Yes. Robin's, oh, I may just do that. Let me give that some thought. I may just do that. I may just do that. But guys, always know this channel is available for us to talk about whatever we want to talk about. Okay? It is. We can talk about anything here. Do I like true crime? Yes. But do I always have to talk about true crime? No, I don't. We can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. We can talk about whatever. All right, guys, I'm going to get off of here. But remember, 7:30 tonight, Search and Rescue K9 Mom's going to be here. Share it at 7:30 Central Standard Time. Share it with everybody that you know. I got a couple things I need to change in the back office. Robin, so I'm going to give that a lot of thought. I really am. And I appreciate you suggesting that. All right, guys. I love you all so much. And I will see you guys tonight. Vacation, she responded. Yes, my sweetheart, exactly. She said I once messaged she said she once messaged her therapist at 3 a.m. when she was on vacation, and she responded. That's how she knew she was amazing. Yay, that's exactly right, guys. All right, guys. I will see you guys later. Thank you all so